Good morning, Liberation Nation. I'm Ron, and this is my wife, Shaketa, and we are the Boys. And we're here this morning to just to give a brief testimony about how we found Liberations. So I was in looking in transition of finding another church home for my family. We was attending elsewhere, and and we wanted to. I wanted to bring my family, to a place where we all can enjoy the worship service together. And one of my friends attended Liberation Church, Pastor Ty Berkeley, and I reached out to him and I asked him. I said, tell me about your pastor and your church. And he informed me, gave me some good insight on Pastor J, and went online, kind of like did my research and checked up on him. And then when I finally
brought it to my attention,
brought it to my wife's attention, she said
I was already ahead of him.
She was already ahead of me. She said, babe, the fast that we did a while ago, that's where I got the fast from. And so I took that as confirmation. And from that point, we just started to look at the service online. And of course, it was in the middle of the pandemic, so we were just looking and observing.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Like you said, I heard about the church through a fast of one of my girlfriends, and I started watching the church online. And one thing I can say about the pandemic, it allowed us to visit different churches via stream live. So I did enjoy Liberations when we did watch it online, whatever. And my husband, he suggested that we should visit when we get a chance. So like he said, we were in the process of looking for another church home where we as a family, including our children, because it's a squad of us, so that we can all enjoy this church home. So that was a big factor for both of us, and also a church that participates and give back to the community. So that was another big thing as well that I did notice and that I did like about the church. So we attended, and
on our first visit, we joined, and I was just ready to be a part of Liberation. And I think one of the things that I did like about the most was that the interaction with Pastor J. First of all, watching the online views and making the comments, and then he'll comment back to you. I was like, okay, he was seemed not to be that type of pastor that that didn't want to be bothered. It
was a pastor we can actually touch in reality and reach out to and have common things. I feel like Pastor J is very relatable, down to earth, just a real cool dude, but yet very wise, full of wisdom, and I just like his style, and he really dope with his clothes too. I peeped that Pastor J, real,
yeah,
so real fly. So that was, that got our attention as well. And I also like the praise and worship team. Let's not leave that out. For me, that gets me going when you first get to church. You gotta have, for me, a good praise and worship team.
And the leadership definitely was one of the things that really stood out to me. Not just only Pastor J will be in the head, but just how it just kind of flow all the way down, throughout all the different departments in the church. One of the things that really stood out to us was the reaching back. That really meant a lot to us. The constant contact.
Checking on us during the pandemic. When we first joined, it was immediately just an outpour of love, just love showing, checking on us every week, every day. Do we need anything? And for me, that was major for me. because sometimes, and a lot of times, if I'm being real and honest, you don't get that closeness from a church home where you can actually have somebody to check on you or just reach out to you in a time of need. So like you said, for us, that like was big for us. So
Yeah. So and then I guess just being a part of Liberation, the thing that I received out of the most was just the genuine love, and just being able to be yourself and in so many words and still really show like the love towards people. And really no fluff. It was just genuine. Just being what a man of God or a woman of God is supposed to be, and how to look out and be there for our brothers and sisters. So with that, I just really felt at home and at the right place. So I'm glad that we both made the right decision to be a part of Liberations.
and then last but not least, as we know, we're still in a pandemic. But I will say during the pandemic, while attending church in person, I felt like Liberation was, they handled the situation like very, very well.
Yeah.
Temperature checks, we had our assigned seating, bathrooms, you was in there just one at a time or whatever the case may be. So I appreciated that about it. Of course, had to wear a mask, but I appreciated that part of it because it was that important to them that they still wanted, the church family to attend church, but yet they took the precautions in order for us. And then when it was time to, shut it on back down and go back to, Pastor Jay took the time to do that. So I really liked the way they handled the in-person church service when during the pandemic.
So all in all, I would say to anybody that's watching, if you're looking for a church home, a safe place to be at, a place that's full of love, and that's there not to stand above you, but to kind of stand eye to eye with you. I think that Liberations is the place for you. So. And I can't wait till the doors open back up so we can be in the place.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Pastor Jay, for giving us this opportunity to share this testimony. And I hope that it helps somebody. I know Liberation has helped us.
And see y'all soon and stay safe. And we gonna drink our coffee and deuces.
Deuces.